Hello. We'll start this by asking, what contribution do you want to make with your life? What you want to leave behind? What kind of impact, what kind of influence do you want to make? And what are your daily actions? What does it tell the world? If somebody was to go on your Facebook page right now and look on your timeline, would they be inspired? Would they be appalled? Do you even care? Does it matter who's on that page? Is it a potential employer? Would that make a difference? A potential suitor to take you out on a date? Would that make a difference? How about it being your kids? Are you saying things that would make them blue or red in the face? Just something to think about. See, when we get to that place where we like, what's my purpose? What's the meaning of life? You got to hit a certain place in your life of dissatisfaction. A lot of times we go around life being aimless, just kind of doing this. You ask people, what you want to do 3 years from now? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. And for so many people, that's a real answer. They don't know. And it's a tragedy. The tragedy is not to have a dream and not achieve it and not see it manifest in your lifetime. I think one of the biggest tragedies is for grown human beings with so much potential, so much full faculty to go unused, to go unhonored. It's not like, I'm a fish and all I can do is swim. It's not like I'm a bumblebee and all I can do is fly and sting. It's not like, I'm a possum or, a squirrel. It's not like I'm some mindless rodent. You're a human being. And one of the greatest gifts that God gave us, as standard equipment, is a mind. To think, to create, to problem solve, to navigate, to contribute to humanity, to make the world a better place. It's not perfect, but guess what? It's all we got. And either we can sit on the side and we can be passengers and just look out the window and say, man, I don't like, it's so dry. It's all rocky. It's nothing there. And we just kind of got to go wherever we go. And if we happen to see something at all, oh man, look at those, those mountain caps. Look at the canyon. Look at this. It's great. But when we start going through the badlands of life, we just sit there and we stuck. Think about that. Now let's put you in the driver's seat. You don't like where your life is going. You don't like how your health is not at optimal level like it should be. You don't like that you're not earning the income and you're not making the impact that you want to make. Guess what happens when you get in the driver's seat? Guess what happens when you say, you know what? I don't have no college degree, but I'm good with my hands. Guess what happens? Man, I'm not a plumber, I'm not an electrician, but boy, I sure can make a tasty meal. Guess what happens when you start looking at life as a problem solver, as somebody who's empowered, as a thinker, as a creator? You know what? I can't do this, but I can do that. I may not be Luther Vandross, but I can give a good speech. I can engage people. I can empower people. I can make people think, oh, yeah, I like the way he said that. Or you may be able to merge your talents. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Because only you can be 1,000,000% you. Nobody can imitate you better than you could just be you. So many times we are conformists. We conforming. We are downsizing ourselves. We are not maximizing our potential. We're not maximizing. We're not being our very best. We're just being. Aren't you tired of just being? What contribution do you want to make? What contribution do you want to make? Okay, say you want to make I don't want to make no contribution to the world. I don't worry about me and mine. I'm thinking like a pack of wolves. Oh, interesting. Think about that. So if you're thinking about you and yours, What kind of legacy you want to leave for your kids when you're gone? What you want your kids sitting around the table talking about? Man, I remember Pops used to do this. Like me, some of the things, I got some different phrasisms that I say. Like I call cold water, I call it aqua boogie. I know that's something that when I'm long gone, my kids will think about it. When they get a cold glass of water, they're going to say, oh, I want me some aqua boogie. That was my special word to get them to drink water when they were kids. They said, Daddy, I don't like water. I want water. Water? This ain't no water. This is aqua boogie. This is awesome. See? And that was my way of kind of tricking them to drinking water. I gave it a different name. So you got some of those own isms, phraseologies. You got your own pitch points. You got something that's totally unique to you that only you can do. That you can be the Michael Jordan of this, or you could be the Oprah Winfrey of that. You could be the master of that space if you decide to. Whatever it is. It could be comedy, it could be skits, it could be cooking. There's so many things that offer value to people. There's so many ways that you can make the world a better place. Comedians make people laugh. Sometimes we live in a terrible place. You read on the news about this guy who took his daughters and drowned them in an oil well. You read about moms putting their babies in the microwave and turning it on. Sometimes you see the horrendous things of people, and sometimes just listening to current events can be a downer. And if you're a scholar, you read about the slave passage. You read about the horrors of how our foremothers and forefathers, how they were raped, how they were plundered of language, how they were plundered of their freedom, of their religion, of their social mores, how they were treated like chattel, like pets, not even like pets, less than pets, because pets got treated better than a lot of the slaves. And if you focus on that, even though it's very real and people do need to know about it, but if you focus only on that, you could start to get a real down point, a down view of life. It's like, man, life sucks, this world sucks, people suck. Or you could say, you know what? Yeah, life has some challenges. But you know what? I'm going to do my best to be my best. I'm going to make a contribution to the world. One of the contributions that I'm working on making, by you watching this and you helping me make, so I'm helping people to help themselves. I'm helping people to feel empowered from self-improvement. By you taking the time to improve yourself, you got an audience. When they see that mom ain't sitting around shoving a bag of Little Debbie's, a bag of Reese's down her mouth no more, and they see that mom getting up, mom going for a walk, starting to drop some weight, taking better care of herself, they saying, man, mom's showing us that she love us. She's showing us that she love herself, that she want to be around and she want to be active. She want to be actively involved in the grandkids' life. See? So by self-improving, we don't just get better ourselves. It's a selfish component in there. We're better for our loved ones. Guess what? When you look better and feel better, you better for your significant other. They're like, oh, wow, you looking all lean and healthy. You sleeping better. Got more vigor, more potency, more clear thoughts. Think about that. That's something that I think a lot of us don't. And you don't have to try to be the richest person in your state, in your city. Just be enriched. Enrich yourself with your gift. Polish your gift. What is it that you do well? What is it that you're known for? What are you, the LeBron James of this? I'm the LeBron James of communicating. I'm the LeBron James of, whatever. What is it? What space do you master? Are you a jack of all trades and a master of none? Then what trade are you willing to master? What gift are you willing to polish and put to work? What value are you willing to create? What contribution do you want to make in your lifetime? So many people will not live long enough to make that contribution. So many of them will let procrastination get the best of them. So many of them will let their fears chomp them out of making a contribution. They will let disappointment, they will let the opinions of others imprison them. Are you going to be one of those people? Or are you going to say, you know what? I'm going to be a comedian. I'm going to be like Rodney Dangerfield, even though I'm unconventional. See, Rodney Dangerfield was what many considered old because he was in his 40s when he hit Hollywood. And many considered him to be unattractive. So some would say Rodney Dangerfield was old and ugly. But guess what? So what? He wasn't trying to be a model. He was a comedian. And he took jabs at himself. And he was one of the best. And he opened up a door for a lot of other great comedians. And a lot of other people may not know about Rodney Dangerfield. But I bet you a lot of comedians do. Because they know what contribution he made to their space. So what contribution you going to make? Whether it be in sports, whether it be in news, commentary, whether it be in self-improvement, personal development, whether it be in entertainment. What contribution are you going to make? Is it going to just be that contribution of criticism, of cynicism, of defeatism? Is that a contribution? Is that all that you can contribute to the discourse of life? I don't think so. I know that if you stayed and watched this video this long, you got a lot more to contribute. Honor your inner greatness. Live like a lion. Don't exist like a lamb. Go out there and conquer your fears. Go out there and pound the concrete. Knock on the doors of opportunity. And if need be, tear off the hinges. Go for it. Go for the life that you want to lead. Make that contribution. Whatever it is, whatever you feel called for. Do your reading. Do your research. Listen. Don't be a follower. Be a student. And say, hey, this serves my interests. This serves my purpose. And I'm going for it. And ain't nobody gonna stop me. Ain't nobody gonna put limits on me. And I'm not gonna put limits on me. Ain't nobody gonna look down their nose at me and say, oh man, you ain't smart enough. You stutter too much. You ain't gonna be no speaker. You got a lisp. Learn how to talk. You can't do that. Go on and get your little 9-to-5 job and just go off and be quiet. Don't try to tell us about no personal governance. Don't try to tell us about no do dirt doctrine. Don't try to tell us about doctors, dogma. Don't tell us about nothing, man. We don't want to hear that, man. We don't hear about no empowerment. We don't hear about no adversity, man. We don't want to hear nothing you got to say. So just look at them and say, thank you. Thank you. Because you just gave me all that motivation. So now I got something to prove. I'm going to take all that negative energy and convert it to positive energy. I'm going to convert that into dig deep. I'm going to convert that into bounce back. I'm going to convert that into getting at it. So take a negative turn to a positive. What contribution are you going to start working on today? Write it down. Read it every day. Say, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to conquer. This is my purpose in life. This is a contribution I'm going to make. That's my time. In the meantime, persist, believe, and achieve. And by all means, if you know somebody that can benefit from this, share it. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider that. And by all means, leave some messages, leave some suggestions in the comment section. Talk to you later. Take care.